Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Scarecrow, and I have a topic that I want to get off my chest. I have something that's been brewing away for a couple days, and it was finally ignited this morning, and I want to get it off my chest. I want to talk about it a bit today, and that is controllers and aim assist on PC and the Black Ops 3's community towards it. Now, I've done a video like this. I think I've done like 2 videos like this in the past, but they were a while ago, and I wanted to update it with a more current view on it, and like with my now opinions and stuff. So I just want to get this out of the way, okay? This is probably not going to be my most liked video of all, because I know a lot of you guys that watch me play PC, and my opinion is probably not going to be very popular. So all I'm going to say is I respect your opinion. You know, it can differ to mine, and I won't think any less of you at all. Like, I really don't care what you think, and you can think whatever you want. I respect your opinion. I just ask that you do the same to me, and at least give this some thought, and don't just immediately disregard it. Please, that's all I'm going to say to this. So, controllers on PC and aim assist. There is a burning passion and a burning hate for anyone that uses a controller on PC. And being surrounded by this 24/7 when I'm playing Black Ops 3, it's hard not to get engulfed in it all. Like, I have friends that are just, if you use a controller, go burn in hell, that's it. Just the lowest of the low, pure evil. And then I have friends that can use controller on PC, and like then they get angry at the people, you know, on the other side of the fence for basically calling them out for their peripheral choice and what they choose to play with. And my opinion on this has always been the same. I don't care what you play with. Like, I don't care what peripheral you use. I don't care what you're using, whether it be controller or keyboard. I'm either gonna beat your ass or I'm gonna lose to you one way or another. But lately it's been getting really frustrating because I'm constantly surrounded by like people that are complaining about it, and it kind of annoys me because, for one, complaining about it is never going to change anything. Like, it's not going to change anything. Like, you have it's perfectly fine. You don't have to like controllers on PC. That's just your opinion. But again, do you really need to yell at and roast and scream obscenities at every person you come across using a controller? No, because it makes me want to leave. Like, if I'm playing with someone that's constantly just screaming at someone that's using a controller, I don't want to be in there. I'd rather you focus on the game and just accept the death, or accept that someone's using a controller, because you and your opinions are not going to sway that other person. That other person is comfortable with a controller or a keyboard and mouse, and they're going to keep using it regardless of what you say to them. And I also think that it's become more of a trend and a meme to hate controllers on PC lately, because a lot of the time, like, people seem to think, for one, okay, that if you have a controller, it's just basically aimbot. It just, you know, can aimbot through walls, and you can just, like, you don't even need to aim. Well, I can tell you that it's quite a bit harder than that, actually. It is, really it is. Like, I have friends that will vouch for this and will swear the aim assist isn't as strong on PC as it is on console. Now, that's personal opinion. I'm not the perfect judge of that, but I have friends that swear to that. And two, does it really matter? Does it really matter what they're using? Really? Because if I die to a controller, it doesn't annoy me. It really doesn't. It's just, oh, I died. Well, respawn, here we go again. Because it doesn't matter to me what peripheral they're using. If they killed me with a controller, if they killed me with a mouse, a lot of the time I don't even watch the kill cams, because it doesn't, like, I don't really need to know how I died. The relevant information to me is that I died. Plug on, let's go, let's just get back in the fight and keep going. But people get so caught up in it. They get so caught up, and nowadays it's just like a current popular trend, like, oh, you've got to hate Justin Bieber back in the day, well, now you've got to hate controllers on PC, or you're a controller faggot. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I hate it when people, you know, scream at other people using controllers. I hate being in a lobby with someone who's yelling at someone for using a controller, and I hate that people have to defend their peripheral choice. If I was using a controller on a PC, I would be getting annoyed that every single lobby there's someone screaming at me for using my choice of peripheral. Who cares what he's using? Who cares that he has aim assist? Beat him anyway. A lot of the time, good players get so stuck up in their own ways to think it's like, how dare you kill me? How dare you kill me with something that is considered to be less skillful? Who cares? Who cares? Don't think so highly of yourself that you can't die to a controller. That's the way that I've just come to accept it, and the way that I think now. If a person kills me with a controller, it's not a big deal. I died. No, I feel like a lot of people too that yell and rag on it, A, haven't played on console to experience aim assist that they have on there, and B, have never used a controller on PC. I've used a controller on PC. It's not easy. You can't turn for crap. You can barely track anyone when they're jumping or flying all over the place, and you can't snipe for crap. It just, there's a lot of trade-offs. Sure, you can be more accurate and more consistent with your aim, but if there was no aim assist, you wouldn't be able to hit shit. And guess what? Here's the big kicker from me. People say that if you use a controller, go back to console. Well, there goes 95% of the player base. You happy now? There's now like less than 1,000 people playing. Because as much as you would hate to admit it, the PC community is made up from people that have come from console wanting a better and smoother experience. That's just the truth. I'd say like at least 70% of the PC community has come from console. You'll have, of course, the PC elitists and the PC purists that have, you know, been playing COD since COD 1 back in the day, and that's, you know, one side of it. Sure, and I'm not, no disrespect to those kind of players. It's great you've been supporting your favorite franchise or your franchise for ages, but don't disregard or don't hate on people that have come over from a different platform. We come across as assholes, we really do. When people come to PC and they get yelled at for their peripheral choice or whatever they're using, do you think they want to stick around? No. It's hypocritical too, because I've heard a lot of people say too that if they go to console they'll use a Zim. Well, that's basically, that could be considered unfair and bullshit as well. So I've seen so many comments, like people just getting roasted for using a controller, and I'm not saying that, you know, I'm above you all and, you know, you should all be like me. It's just, does it really matter that much to you? Does it really, like, if you actually sit down and think about it, if you actually sit down and say, does this actually matter to me what he killed me with? And if it does, well then, why? Why does it matter to you so much? Why do you have to assume that everyone needs to be on the same skill plane as you? Because let's look at the facts here. Some people just aren't good with a mouse and keyboard. They will never be good with a mouse and keyboard. They don't know how to use it, and no matter how many hours they play with it, they just will not be getting what they're looking for in a gaming experience. And a lot of people play to have fun. They're not here to sit in this chair for 6 hours and sweat out some wins in Black Ops 3 like so many of the good players on Black Ops 3 are. They don't have countless hours in a day to learn PC controls. They just want to get on and play some Call of Duty, and the only way they know how is with controller. And should I judge them for that? No. Should you judge them for that? No. No one should be blasted or hated upon for their choice of controller. It makes no sense to me, and it makes me feel horrible to be part of the PC community sometimes when these people that are just looking for a casual experience get roasted upon by these good players, so to speak, or like elitists that don't really have a reason for yelling at them. This PC Call of Duty community needs to learn a few lessons so that it can attract people to it, because a lot of the reason why people don't stick around on PC after experiencing it is because they generally don't have a positive experience with the player base. That's the feeling I get. Because a lot of really, really good players are so toxic towards new players and people learning and people just trying to have fun. It's like they have this entitlement in their head that everyone they play against should be crap. And if you're a lesser skilled player and you're using something that levels the playing field in a controller, how dare you? No, you've got to suck with a keyboard and mouse like everyone else so I can whoop your ass and get nuclears on you all day. The way that gaming communities grow and attract new people is by being positive and encouraging and giving people a reason to stay. If we want PC to succeed, we are going to need to accept people that use controllers, welcome them, and say, welcome to PC, this is what we can give you, I hope you enjoy your experience here. Because love it or hate it, the PC community is not big, and we need people like desperately, and you would shove off 3/4 to half of the player base just because of what they're using to play. No! Who cares if they use a controller? That is so selfish, and that is why I'm afraid that the PC community will die just because people are so set in their ways of not using a controller. It's crap. I'm prepared to play against nothing but controllers for the rest of my Call of Duty PC career, if it means that the PC community can grow and flourish. It's so selfish to say, right, we're just slamming down, cracking down, no controllers, just no aim. If a game had no aim assist, if the next Call of Duty had no aim assist, the player base would just nosedive to less than 2,000 people. And it's so archaic and such an old-fashioned, stupid way of thinking that you can't change your ideals to match the current times. I mean, who cares if you die to a controller? Dying to a controller a few times a match and not getting as many nukes as you used to is worth it if the player base can be restored to a nice, healthy, dependable level. Take a few hits for the team, lower your sense of entitlement, and lower your sense of pride to actually change your way of thinking so that the community for PC can grow. At this point, that's what I think the PC community is lacking, is just some good old-fashioned compassion towards other people. You can't just say to, right, you're on my platform now bow down to my level because I say so. Gaming is not about equality. Gaming is just about having fun. Gaming is about having fun in its simplest, purest form. When you play games to have fun. One way or another, you find a way to have fun in the game. That's why I play it anyway. I play Black Ops 3 these days for fun. I try out new classes. I don't sit down and sweat in my chair because that's not my meaning of fun. That doesn't mean that other people might not find it fun. I know plenty of people that would use the same class and the same attachments and the same everything over and over all day and would still be having the same amount of fun. That's fine. I don't judge them for that, and that's perfectly fine. But at the same time, you can't dictate what fun means to someone else. You can't just say, right, my meaning of fun is your meaning of fun. You can only have fun with a mouse and keyboard on PC playing Call of Duty. That's it. If you want to play user controller, nope, I will call you so many nasty names that you will retreat back to console because I'm a PC elitist and you can only have fun my way. I think it's bullshit and I hate that line of thinking. It's a very old-fashioned way of thinking. It's archaic, it's condescending, and it's ridiculous. A lot of the time, like when my friends do it, I cringe and I hate it. I really do. So I would ask you to reevaluate what you think about controllers on PC. I really would. Don't just immediately disregard this commentary and don't just immediately disregard the point because you feel such a deep-rooted hate towards it. Actually consider why they're playing. A lot of people just play to have fun, and for that, that's a controller. They don't play for the same reasons as you, they don't play with the same gaming peripherals with you, they don't play with the same graphics settings, they don't play with the same sensitivity, they play with the controller, and that's what they like to do, and that's how they have fun. And if you come across someone that's being really sweaty with a controller, or is annoying you with the controller, or beating you with the controller, step up, man up, rise to the challenge. Who cares if he's using a controller? Beat him with a mouse and keyboard. Give him a reason to want to use mouse and keyboard. It's not that hard, I'm telling you. Your way of thinking defeats you more than you think. If you go into thinking, well, he's got a controller, he's gonna beat me anyway, of course you're gonna lose. Do you know how many people with controllers you probably beat on a daily basis without even realizing it? I don't even watch kill cams anymore. If I come across a good player, I don't care whether they're using a controller or not. I still beat them or I still lose to them. I go into each gunfight, like if I beat him, it's just like, well, that's another kill, moving on. I'm not so caught up in dying to this one thing. It makes gaming and playing multiplayer so much more fun and enjoyable. You're not caught up over little things. It's very liberating. I'm not making this video to trigger anyone or to start any arguments. I'm making this because I am a huge believer in the PC Call of Duty community. I love playing here. It's my favorite platform by far. I don't want to go anywhere else for any other Call of Duty experience. I don't want to have to go to console, and I don't want to have to, you know, migrate. I want to keep playing Call of Duty on PC for as long as it's alive. And this is why this is kind of like a call to arms almost for the PC community. Because if we keep going like this and keep pushing people away that we desperately need in this community, then I can only see the community dying. People have been leaving the community for so long now because of so many reasons, and this is just one of the reasons that I think. And it may not seem like such a big deal, but in 2 years' time, if we look back and think, geez, if only we had have, you know, done something about it, if only we could have, you know, treated it a bit differently, or I don't want to be thinking that. I don't want any of my friends or anyone to be thinking, if only we could have, you know, done something about it, because now PC Call of Duty is just so dead. Like, I don't want to do that, and I don't want any of you guys to be able to do that either. I want this community to thrive, and I want it to do really well. I want it to continue to do well for as long as it possibly can, and for that, we need to change our way of thinking a little bit more. We need to be a little bit more understanding towards new people and not quite as prejudiced towards them as well. So before you roast someone in the chat, before you blow someone off for using something you don't like, before genuinely typing in the chat, think about it for a second. What good is going to come out of it? Do you really have a good reason for it? And what are you hoping to gain out of it? Because just running your mouth and chasing away people that we need in this community doesn't really benefit anyone. Like, it might make you feel good for a game or two, but if that person never comes back, that's one less person we'll have in the Call of Duty community. So that's just the point I wanted to make in this video. So yeah, that's my opinion on the matter. You have, like, by all means, disagree with me. You can, like, leave this commentary with the same opinion you had before I started talking, but I hope I at least stirred you to think about it a little bit, just a little bit, because the PC community is diverse. It's very interesting. There's a lot of interesting, different people playing, and to tell everyone using a controller just to screw off is horrible. There are so many awesome players and awesome people that I know that use controller, and if I had that line of thinking towards them, I would be missing out on so many awesome friends and experiences and people. and I think that's just cruel and horrible. So yeah, let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more, and I shall see you, beautiful people, in the next video.